Alright folks, this is Sheila E. from Tennessee. Down here, I'm going to explain to you what I've done here. I've got 2 pie shells. This is Food Club and it's got 1 each in each. It's got 2 in each box, in one box. You take and you flatten them out on a big pan with some parchment paper. And then you can do cinnamon and sugar like this, cinnamon and brown sugar. Or you can do fruit and cream cheese. So I done fruit and the cream cheese that's supposed to be like cheesecake cream cheese. So after I done them, you put your top on there, and everybody has some kind of cookie cutter. So you put your cookie cutter right in the middle. Hope y'all can see that. I'm trying to do this in a hurry because I forgot. So then you cut it in this way, that way, and forwards, and then you keep cutting until you start getting your little slices, and then you twist it. It's not wanting to twist real good, so just bear with me. And then we're going to put some egg wash on it. I didn't have a real good sharp knife. That might have made a big difference. I might have I needed a serrated knife. So you twist these. As best you can. That don't look too good. That's okay. It'll be all right. It'll still be eatable. See, when it don't cut all the way through, that's why I'm having trouble with it turning. This is something you'd probably want to eat in a day or two. I'd say it won't last too long. Now, if you just do the sugar, the brown sugar, and the cinnamon, it's not this messy. It's called like a cinnamon twist, but this is a fruit and cheesecake twist. Make sure you got it cut all the way through. Don't do like me and half of them's cut all the way through and half of them's not. So if it's cut all the way through, you ain't going to have as much problem with it twisting. So we're going to put this in a 350-degree oven bake, and I'm going to put some egg wash on it first. And then we're going to bake that at 350 for about, let's see what the box says on the dough. It says a bake pie crust. Well, maybe I'm just not seeing it right. Unroll, bake. Okay, bake it for about 11 to 13 minutes on 350. So what I'm going to do now is take my little cookie cutter out. See that? And you've got a heart in the middle, and then I'm just going to do some egg wash. And then I'm going to put it in a 350-degree oven. I'm going to sprinkle some pretty sugar on it. Some real white sugar here and some red sugar. And you make sure you want to coat this good with your egg wash so it'll be a golden brown. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to clean up some of this on the paper. I don't want to smell all that burning on that paper. All right. Now, I'm going to take what white sugar I've got left, and I'm just going to sprinkle it all over. And then we're going to take just a little bit of the red. All right, now I'm going to put this in the oven. and then at 350 for about 11 to 13 minutes, and then I'll be right back to show you the end result of it. And this is either a cinnamon twist or a cream cheese and fruit twist. Also wanted to show you that I have another apple pie in there. So that'll be done here in just a minute. I've got that on bake. I have it on bake 350. So that way I know my pie is baking from the bottom up. So we're going to leave it like that. Then I'm just going to watch it. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys? All right. While that's baking, I watched a lady from, I want to guess it was Cooking from the Holler, I believe. And I can't remember what the lady's name was. But she made potato candy this way. And I'm going to see if I can't make some potato candy this way. This was leftover potatoes that I had. And I can probably measure so that way you'd know. But she said there's no way to measure your powdered sugar. You just have to do it till it comes out right. So, but at least we can, the more potatoes you got, the more rolls you're going to have. So this looks like right at 1 cup. And this was just leftover potatoes that I had. Cooked potatoes. So we're putting these in here. And then all she done was, let me see the vanilla flavoring. She added vanilla flavoring last, and then she started with a little bit of powdered sugar. And the powdered sugar causes the potatoes to get real runny. So as it gets real runny, you continue to add powdered sugar till it gets thick. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I got my apple pie out, but I got my twist. The cheesecake and berry twist is still in there. There's my apple pie. And while we're doing that, I'm going to show you how to do this potato candy, or try to. Washing my hands. And I've got me a paper towel and a piece of parchment paper out here. And I've got me a cup of potatoes in here, and I started with just a little bit of powdered sugar, and that's what she done. And she said you want to get it, the potatoes will start breaking down here and it'll get real soupy. You want to get it to like a dough stage, like if you was making bread. See, that powdered sugar is already breaking down that potato. Pull this back a little bit. So now I'm going to open me another bag of powdered sugar. And I've already tried this once and it was really, really good. So I had some potatoes and I wanted to make a little bit more. Only made 2 little tiny rolls the last time. So she took one big russet potato and cooked it. And this is just some potatoes I had left over. It was russet potatoes. So we're going to add about a half a bag. And usually it takes about what she said, about a bag and a half, and she was right. So you just keep stirring this in here. And I'm sorry I have not put any new videos on. I have been just really running pretty much with Christmas and everything coming on. So that's pretty thin right there. And then we're going to put another third of that bag in there. It'll just be like a bag and a fourth. And you wouldn't believe how that potato melts, that powdered sugar breaks that potato down. Now it's getting a little bit thick, but it's still not in the ball form. Let me check on my twist over here, my cheesecake and berry twist. Okay, it's coming along. I want to say it's probably going to take about 30 minutes on that cheesecake and berry twist. You just got to get your dough done. I'm going to put the rest of this bag of powdered sugar in here because we want to get it to where it'll form a ball. And then I've got a bunch of Ritz. I've got, I'd say, probably 4 or 5 dozen of peanut butter Ritz that I've got to dip in chocolate. And then I've done some in some Nutella. And then I've done some in some Biscoff butter. So it's just a little bit of Nutella in the bottom of a jar and a little bit of Biscoff butter. So I want to get rid of those. And I've tried that before and they're really good like that. So you just keep stirring and working this. And I think that may be enough. I want to keep on working with it. You want it to form a ball, but you don't want it to be sticking to your hands. So I'm going to wash my hands good, and I'm going to have to get in here with my hands. Okay. And you just work it like you would dough. Get this out here so I can knead it. And wash my hands and put some powdered sugar on that parchment paper. So what I'm going to do is just sprinkle a little bit. And you know what I forgot? I forgot to put my vanilla flavoring in it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make me a hole in that. Then I'm going to put me some vanilla flavoring. Because it won't taste right if you don't. I wished I'd have thought about that, guys, but I didn't. I've worked today, and you know how that is when you get really tired. So now I'm just going to knead that vanilla flavoring in with that. But you have to knead this anyway to get all the lumps worked out of it. And there's just no way. You have to use your hands. Now, if you want to wear gloves, you can. This is for my family, so I know that my hands are clean. Put some powdered sugar over here. But you have to knead this. I'm still trying to work that vanilla flavoring in there. You just have to work it with your hands. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is set this over here in this powdered sugar. And I'm going to let it sit right there just for a minute. Wash my hands again. Getting some of that vanilla flavor from there. So what I'm going to do when I get through kneading this, I'm just going to cut it, break it in half to where I can work with it. Should be enough there for about 3 rolls. It's a lot easier to work with like this. So when I get it worked out and flattened out, I'll put it back on. So I'll be just back in just a minute, folks. All right, I'm back. So I got this one mashed out here flat. It's not really square. And then I'm gonna get my wash my hands and get my peanut butter and put on it. And I use honey peanut butter, just honey peanut butter. I just love that peanut butter. Look at this mess I got company if y'all want to see my company. Look here, this is Brandon. He is one of my grandson's really good friends, and there's my grandson eating egg salad, and Brandon's eating the rest of the peanut butter Reese cup pie. Okay. So what I'm going to do is get my peanut butter. What is it? What are you laughing about?
Nothing, Amy. It's great. It's delicious, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious, you all. That's
best
my
peanut butter
slogan.
pie I've ever had. Mm.
You wait a minute. Guys, you just have to give me a minute. These youngins is something else. Here, I gotta move my apple pie. Let me move this apple pie over here.
She moved that away from you, bro.
I'm fixing to take my my cheesecake berry twist out of the oven and let it cool. And I'll let you see it if I can get it out without. So here's that. And we're going to let that cool, and then we're going to try that. Well, that smells really good. Really good. It smells really good. Don't touch that pan, it's hot. You done?
I am. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll start throwing your spoon in the trash. It smells good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now what we're going to do, we're going to spread this peanut butter. Honey peanut butter. My boy over here ain't never eaten no potato candy. So you take you some peanut butter. And you see what I'm doing, guys? You pull you over here. I've got 2 more big balls of potato candy right here ready to roll out. Each ball makes 1 roll. That is 1 cup of real potatoes cooked. So you take your peanut butter and you spread it. And I like mine a little bit thick. I don't like just a really thin layer in that. So, guys, you got to try this. This is really easy. And if you've got leftover potatoes, this is what you can do with them. Now, the lady I saw make it, she just cooked a regular potato. Didn't have any seasoning. But it don't make no difference if it's got a little salt and black pepper in it. It ain't going to hurt it. It's better than throwing it away. So, you spread your peanut butter. Now, I got to give my boy that ain't been here in a while a little tiny taste of this, so he'll know whether he likes it. But see, he just got through eating that peanut butter Reese cup pie, so he definitely probably ain't gonna like this. He's probably on a sugar rush right now. So when you get that done, you start from this end. Better start from this end. So we're going to start rolling it up just a little bit at a time. Are you watching, Brandon?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're going to be making one of these because you're going to like this. Okay, we're going to start that, and then we're going to take our paper, our parchment paper, and we're going to continue just to lift up on it and continue to roll as you lift up on your paper. You see that, guys? So, and it helps if you've got a little bit of powdered sugar underneath that when you flatten that potato candy out. So, and as you can see, mine wasn't really square, but it don't matter because we'll square it up here in just a moment. So what you want to do, you don't want it really flat, so you want to try to square it up here. And we're going to put this in the refrigerator in this parchment paper. So we can roll it out, but I'm going to give my boy over here a bite. See if he likes it. We'll square it up. We'll square the ends up. So if you want it pretty and you're going to give it away for Christmas, you want it to be sort of square and you want your ends like that right there where you can see your peanut butter roll. Okay, so you can see that peanut butter roll there. Okay, so I'm gonna let them try it. It may be something they don't even want, and it's a lot better cold, guys. Okay, this has to sit in the refrigerator at least 2 to 3 hours or overnight. So anyway, I'm gonna give them a bite to try. Okay, so then when you get that done and it's really pretty and you see the roll in that, you want to take your parchment paper, and I'm going to cut part of it off. But anyway, we're going to roll that up. Rotten? Okay, so we're going to roll that up, and then we're going to put this in the refrigerator, and then it will shape to that shape right there. So we're going to roll that up and put it in the refrigerator. And I always usually try to use a pan to put that in, because if you don't, it gets it to be a mess. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm going to do this second roll. I've got it patted out. I'm going to put just a little bit more peanut butter on that one. I didn't seem like I had enough on that other one. Or maybe I just didn't have it patted out good enough. We'll see. But anyway, it is what it is, ain't it? So actually that 1 cup made 3 balls, so it'll make 3 small rolls. And you can put whatever kind of peanut butter on it that you want to. I just prefer the honey peanut butter, but you can put regular peanut butter. If I didn't have honey peanut butter, I'd be putting regular peanut butter. I never have made them with crunchy peanut butter though, so I don't know. I guess it would be okay. I'm going to try to put a little bit more. And you can actually freeze these once you get them in a log form. You can actually freeze these for 3 months in the freezer, and then just take them out and put them in your refrigerator and cut them. And you've got candy on hand. So I hope y'all are going to have a good Christmas. I work today, and I want to give a shout out to the lady that I go to the Red Bed place down at Farmer's Tan in Dandridge. She has a beautiful little cabin tanning place, and it has the red bed, which is very, very good for your skin. And I can tell a difference it's in my skin, and I can tell a difference in the way I feel, because it also helps your bones, and it just helps with a lot of things if y'all want to do a little bit of research on it. So I'm going to start to try to roll this one. I did try to put some powdered sugar on that one. I'm going to try to start rolling this one forward. I think you have to go the other way, but we'll see. Let me try it this way. I'm going to put that back down, because I always forget which side you have to start on. So we're going to raise this up. And it doesn't matter if it's got a little powdered sugar on it. And we're going to start rolling it. Give the girls at work a shout out. Tell them Merry Christmas. Hope y'all have a good Christmas. Here's a little treat y'all can make. Raise it up. Raise your paper up. And then roll as you go. And don't worry if it's not squared off real good, because you can square that off once you get it in a roll. And see, that's rolling up really pretty because I put a little bit of powdered sugar underneath there. So we're going to even this one up. Okay, so now we're going to make that the shape that we want it to be in, because that's the way. We're going to put this in the freezer. No, it goes in the refrigerator. So we're going to roll this back up and just sort of make it square, a little bit square, and then just fold your edges in and put that back in your pan. Here's my pan, but I'm gonna hunt a smaller pan, but I put it like in a cake pan, and that way it sort of keeps its shape. So I'm going to try to do one more, so I get this out of the way. And I'm going to add some powdered sugar. I'm going to taste this little bite right here. See if it's good. Mmm. Mmm. Now it is a lot better. Whoop! You see what I done, guys? Look at there. Ain't that something? And you know what? I forgot to put my apron on too. So we're going to flatten this one out. You see I did put some powdered sugar there. You hear that in the background. That's my grandson acting silly. He's talking to his little wife on the phone, which he loves very much. This one here is just a little bit stiff. And you can always wet your hands a little. And that'll put a little bit of that dampness back in it as you're pushing this out forward. And just try to get it as thin as you can. These are just small rolls. Okay. So let me get my hands washed again. Get my peanut butter spoon here. Just trying to get the rest of that out of that jar. But I got it all. If I can get this last bit. All right. So as we done the other two, we're just going to spread this. Just hold it in your paper so it doesn't slide like it did a minute ago and got powdered sugar all over you. I'm going to see if I've got a little bit more creamy peanut butter. This doesn't look like a whole lot to me. Okay. Let's see if I've got any here. I think all I've got here is the crunchy. Yeah. So I'm going to put you on hold and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, guys, I'm back. I did find another jar of peanut butter, but I wanted to show you my finished of this cheesecake berry twist, and it's made out of pie dough. The already rolled, where you roll the pie dough out. So we'll test that in just a little while. I put my apple pie back in the oven just to get it a little bit more browner on top. So we're going to finish this right here, and then I'll have that done. So we're going to get some more peanut butter. Like I said, I don't like just all potato candy. I like peanut butter on it. Try to take it out right to the edges. It doesn't matter if it comes off the edges a little bit. Okay. So now we're going to roll this one. And like I said, it don't matter about the powdered sugar. Probably put a little bit too much on that one, but that's okay. I'll start rolling it. And as you pick your paper up and lift, you roll it. See that peanut butter in there? And you want it to try to keep that round or square shape. And we're going to try to cut this off right here and make this really pretty, especially if you're giving it away. You want that really, really pretty. So we're going to shape it right here. Alright. Alright, there's two little pieces right there. And then I'm going to roll this back up. Take the excess powdered sugar off. And I'm going to roll this, and we're going to put that in a pan. But it's going to be a little smaller pan. It's not going to be that pan. That pan's too big. I don't have space for it on my refrigerator. So that made 1 cup of potatoes, made 3 medium-sized rolls. So I'll be getting off of here, and so I'll show you some other things. I'm going to be doing some dipping of some Ritz crackers, and I know y'all have done that. But I may put it just a little bit on here just in a little while. Okay, so this is Sheila E. from Tennessee. May God bless you and keep you safe. You have a Merry Christmas. Always remember to give God thanks and glory and praise, for He is worthy. And always smile, because smiles are contagious. And always give hugs. Okay, until we see each other again. All right, Sheila E. from Tennessee. Hey guys, this is Sheila E. from Tennessee again. And I wanted to show you that Oreo pie that I done the other day. And I didn't get to put my topping on it because it's got an Oreo crust. It's homemade chocolate pie. Not the instant pudding, but the homemade chocolate pie filling. And then I crushed up some Oreos. And I'm going to, this is about 4 Oreos. I'm just going to sprinkle on top. And that's going to be it. Okay. Alright, crushed up a little bit too many there, didn't I? So I just wanted to show you that. That's an Oreo homemade chocolate. It's Oreo crust, homemade chocolate pie filling with just Cool Whip and then crushed Oreos. Alright, and I'll be right back. Hey folks, this is Sheila E. again, and I'm gonna, while I'm still waiting on my white chocolate to melt in my melting pot, I'm going to show you how to do either some, what some people call Buckeyes or Reese cups. So I've got a half a stick of butter in there. I'm just going to slightly melt it. Let me take that top out there. So I'm going to turn it on 30 seconds. And it says 2 cups of peanut butter. And I'll just slide these out because I've got lots and lots of Ritz crackers. That ain't really, let's see if that's soft enough. I've got, I ain't no telling how many Ritz crackers. I'm going to do that just about 10 more seconds. I bet I've got about maybe 7 or 8 dozen or more different types of Ritz to do, to dip. And then I've got Oreo truffles. I am so sorry, it's not Oreo, it's brownie cake pops is what it is. And I've got those in the freezer, and I probably won't get to do those till tomorrow. But I wanted to show you another recipe. A half a cup of butter, which is a 1 stick, 2 cups of peanut butter, and I do use my honey peanut butter. If you want to use regular peanut butter, you can. And a lot of people don't use brown sugar in their Buckeyes or their Reese cups. I do. I come up with that, and to me it just gives it a unique flavor, and it's different from a peanut butter ball. A peanut butter ball is just powdered sugar. It's not got any brown sugar at all in it. So this is how I make my Reese cups, or what I call my Buckeyes. I'm hoping I got enough. I may have to go get another. I think I've got one more jar of honey peanut butter. I've got some crunchy up there. I don't guess it would hurt to put some. I think I'm going to have enough. I might go ahead and just put just a little bit of plain peanut butter if I've got some up here. So that's all of that. Just like a little bit, making 2 cups. That's a crunchy there. I pull me up a chair, guys. My feet is about to kill me from working today. Here's some creamy. So I'll just use a little bit of that. It's not going to hurt a thing. You won't even be able to tell it. I've got to get my cabinets organized. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take a clean spoon. I don't want to put that honey one in there. And I'm going to do a good heaping because that other one wasn't too full. So there we've got that. So we're going to have 2 cups of peanut butter, 1 stick of softened butter, stick of butter. I use the light blue bonnet or the blue bonnet, whichever one you can find. Or you can use regular, like the salted or unsalted, either one, it don't matter. Okay, so now we've got the peanut butter and the butter, and then we're going to put 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Make sure my white chocolate over here, it's beginning to get about to the point that I need. So we're going to use 2 heaping tablespoons of brown sugar. And this is what gives it a really good flavor. I'm going to use just a little bit more. It gives it its own unique flavor for my Buckeyes and for my Reese cups. So then I'm going to do 1 1/4 teaspoons of vanilla. And I just do it like a lead full. That's about a teaspoon. And then we just mix all this up, and then we're going to do some powdered sugar. It takes 3, it says 3 1/4 cups. And it's good, I guess, to use a mixer with this. I think before that I did use a mixer. I'll be right back, guys. If you hear that talking and laughing in the background, that's my son-in-law. He's talking to my little godson, little Bryson Abraham. So you're going to have a mixer when you start with the powdered sugar. I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up some more. You can see my white chocolate and the white almond bar flavor. We're going to measure out. So these are going to be scooped out into balls and put in the freezer, and I'll probably dip those tomorrow. So we'll start out with 1. Oh my goodness. You ever done that, guys? There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. and 3 1/4 it says of powdered sugar. All right, so we'll see what this looks like. If it is a little thin, we can always add a little bit more powdered sugar. If it's a little, I don't think it's going to be too thick. I think it'll be just fine. All right, let's see what we got here. It has to be pretty thick for you to place in balls. And I don't see no way that you can keep from getting out of using a mixer with this. You'd almost have to use a mixer with it. I'm going to stir that just a little bit. Get that off the side. And like I said, this is my way of doing Buckeyes. I don't know if everybody else puts brown sugar. I just started putting brown sugar a long time ago. Just to give it a special flavor. See that texture? It's really a thick texture. Now let me see if that would be the type of texture you could make balls with. And I believe it is. See there? Feels like Play-Doh. So that's what we want right there. So I think my white chocolate is melted. So I'm going to go ahead and start that. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. We're going to start dipping these Ritz. I think my chocolate is melted enough to go ahead and start dipping it. I got my son-in-law and my blessed little people, poor little baby girl in here, dipping, rolling peanut butter balls. Now this is the Nutella ones. We're going to dip them in chocolate, in white chocolate. And I don't think I'm going to put any decoration on them.
You are doing the mother gloves. I don't know if you can get it on your hand or not.
Okay, so this is just going to be a quick. These are the Nutella ones. I probably need to put some chocolate on top of these so you'll be able to tell the difference. Because I've got Nutella, Biscoff, and then I've got just plain peanut butter with Ritz. So let me get off this just for a second and get some chocolate sprinkles to go on these.
Huh? Over here in this drawer.
At the bottom or the top?
Middle. Right there, don't you see?
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some chocolate sprinkles on these.
Look at the bottom.
And then the others, just a little, so we'll know that these are the Nutella ones. So then I'll do the Biscoff, and we'll just put some regular pretty little sprinkles on those, some type or another, some little gold ones. Okay.
You get through there.
So tomorrow I plan on trying to do either an fresh apple nut cake or an orange slice cake. We've not had an orange slice cake in a while, so I may do the orange slice cake and wait till around Easter to do the fresh apple nut cake, because we had one of those last year. Now, like I said, this is Ritz crackers with Nutella, and we're dipping them in white chocolate. And I'm putting some chocolate sprinkles on just so that we'll know that these are the Nutella.
Oh, wait, real.
Oh my, what I hear in the background. All right. We've got these Nutella ones here dipped. And then I'll do the Biscoff ones. And then we'll just do the plain Ritz with peanut butter. We won't put anything on those. And that'll be the way that we'll tell the difference in them. I just had some Nutella left in a jar that I wanted to get rid of before it, it goes bad. And so anyway, and then I had a little bit of Biscoff, not as much as I did the Nutella. So that's the chocolate ones. Now here's the Biscoff. Seems like I got a little bit more of those. So we're going to put some gold sprinkles. I'm going to put these chocolate sprinkles up. And it'll probably call it a night after I get these. Now this is the Biscoff ones. And we're going to put these over here. And I'll put just a little bit of gold sprinkles on it. And then I'm going to have to do some more chocolate because we're running out of chocolate. I got my son-in-law and my daughter over here rolling peanut butter balls. What's going on over here? I hear them sniggering. Let's see what they're doing. They didn't want on video. Well, we're not going to tell the world. So we're just going to put some gold sprinkles on the Nutella. Bobby, I think he's made his peanut butter ball a little bit big. That's a good sized ball there, Bob. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get some more chocolate, white chocolate. Now those brownie truffles I was telling you about, I'm going to do those in dark chocolate or regular just chocolate bark because I like those brownie truffles in dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of gold come out on that, wasn't there? All right, I'm going to scoot you back a little, hoping you can see good. Put this up here as far as I can get it, guys. All right, so we've got a few more of these. And then I'm going to cut you off, and I'm going to get these done and get a little bit more chocolate melted. And then we will do the rest of these, and then that'll probably be it for tonight. And whatever cake I try to do tomorrow, I'll try to put on. If I know just about everybody and their brothers made a orange slice cake, and I know there's a recipe on there that I have for fresh apple nut cake, but when I first started, and it's got like about 4 or 5 different segments to it because I really didn't know what I was doing with the camera. Still don't know a whole lot. So let me put some sprinkles on these. Alright, I'm going to add a few more. I've got me a chair and it's trying to slide out from under me. Did you fix that one big ball?
Cheers.
Oh, it's his? We'll have to take a whole bar of chocolate just to dip that in. Okay. Alright guys, it looks like I'm going to have to melt some more chocolate. So I'm going to get off of here with this one. Let's see. Alright. So I'll see you I'll see you later in a little while. Probably tomorrow's when I'll see you, okay? I'm going to get the rest of these peanut butter balls rolled and get them in the freezer. Get the rest of these Ritz dipped, and then that's going to be a night, and we'll do the peanut butter balls, dipping them tomorrow, and then we'll do the brownie pops tomorrow, all right? Or the brownie truffles, all right? So I'll see you soon. May God bless you, keep you safe. Always give God glory, praise, and honor, for He is worthy. Always smile, for smiles are contagious. And this is Sheila E. from Tennessee. I'll see you soon.